Apparently black women need to have a talk. I'm here to clear some shit up and to check some bitches because y'all really been going off the rails today and I'm not liking it. Let's address the fact that a lot of trans women are coming out and saying that they feel victimized and stigmatized by black women in our community, and your response to that is bullying, intimidation. Transphobia is really, it's not cute. It's not a good look on black women. And another thing that I'm seeing when trans women are addressing this is black women are acting like everybody expects black women to be so accepting. We have to accept everybody, but nobody accepts us. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Honestly, what are you talking about? Other black women are coming to you and saying that you are doing something horrible to them and asking for you to change your behaviors because it's promoting violence. And you're saying no because no one else has to accept them, so you shouldn't either. That makes no sense because one, if you... Lola, do you hear me trying to make a video? You want to leave? Okay. You're saying because no one else has to accept them, we shouldn't have to accept them either. But like, everyone has to accept trans women. Everyone has to respect trans women. But in these specific instances, these women are talking about how black women's behaviors have impacted them, and you guys are just going la 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 la. Let me talk about it. Let's start with the fact that in these videos when trans women are addressing the fact that you guys are being transphobic towards them, the first thing y'all do is run to the comments and be transphobic. Like, what's not clicking? Are y'all not seeing the irony in that? Let me read y'all bitches some of the comments. At the end of the day, he's a black man blaming black women for everything, as black men usually do. I heard no difference. First of all, this black man in question is a black woman, a black trans woman, who literally did not blame black women for anything except the things that we are guilty of, which is promoting transphobia in our communities. And how do we do that, you might ask? When men come out and say that they are romantically involved with a trans woman, like when Jimmy Cash came out and said that he was romantically involved with a trans woman, all of the black women were like, he's gay, I would never date him, I would never date a bi man, I would never do this, he's not masculine, he's not this, he's not that. And now men are looking at that and they're internalizing it, and it promotes the fear of being able to be themselves. Like, no one's putting all of the blame on you. No one is doing that. What we're saying is that it's contributing to the problem. And I don't see how they're wrong in saying that. Black women can be extremely ignorant in that regard. And it's crazy because we go through the same thing. I remember thinking that black women are the most discriminated against and unprotected group of women in the world, and now I'm realizing that I was sorely mistaken. As a cis woman, I can 100% say that black trans women, they take the cake now. I mean, they always have, but it's become apparent to me, and it should become apparent to you, that they need protection more than ever. And as our sisters, we should all be contributing in that and not acting like black women don't have to be the savior. Yes, we do, because they're our sisters. We don't have to save anybody else in this world but our fucking sisters. Okay, anyway. Why transgender women try to compete with women? LOL, I can't. Especially black women, and they try to degrade women. It's really pathetic. We are not in the same category. Sweetie, nobody said we are. Literally. Nobody's... Y'all hear them? Excuse them yelling in the background. I never heard a trans woman say that they are in the same category as cisgender women. They don't want to be cisgender women. They are trans women. I think that they are comfortable in that. Like, what else do I even have to say to that bullshit? At the end of the day, people lie, but energy doesn't. Transgender women will always have masculine energy. What does that even have to do with anything? One is wrong, but two, like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, She's literally saying that you guys are being transphobic and calling you out on your transphobic tendencies, and you go to the comments and say something completely unrelated and it gets 500 likes. You see? They're not calling out ignorance that's isolated. This is literally a group problem. This is how I feel like majority of Black women feel, because if I'm looking in the comments and I can only find negative shit to say, then that's crazy. Let's address the trans woman will always have masculine energy. That's dead wrong. If you're a trans woman, you identify that way probably since you were little. Like, you knew that something was different about you since you were a child. And science proves that. Why are you pulling stuff out of your ass with no facts to back it up? Anyway, let's keep going. Looks like a woman with the entitlement and aggression of a man. LOL, this is about sex. The fact that most men don't want to be seen with someone portraying to be a woman. We are simply in their way as far as availability. This one has like 600 likes, by the way. This isn't about sex. This is about respect. This is about comments like this, trying to degrade trans women by acting like you're better than them. All they're asking for is the same thing that you ask for from men and from white people. Respect, dignity. What, like, is that too hard to ask? You tell me, as a Black woman, is that, you feel like you're asking for a lot when you go to these people and say, hey, I'm a human being, treat me like such? Anyway, we're in their way as far as the availability of men go. No, I think that it's actually the opposite way. Like, you feel like they're in your way. Because why is it even a competition? Like, if that's the case, all women are in each other's way. Why is this about men right now? Who was talking about men? You brought up men. They said, you guys don't respect us. You misgender us. You degrade the men who are interested in us. And now they're calling you out on it. Guys, I am so sorry about the background. Seriously. Hold on. Lola! My dog is back. Y'all, where was I? Oh yeah, so yeah, they never brought up men. This is not about men. This right here is violently jealous. Oh, this is a good one. Why are Black women their issue? The issue is Black men that harm them. How can Black women ask Black men to stop harming trans women when they also harm Black women? Some of them are pick-me's who just want proximity to Black men. If you are a man that likes trans women, you are trans attracted. That comment was all over the place because it was making one point and then ended in another point. Like, you started off like, Black men perpetuate violence against trans women, and then you end with, if you're attracted to trans women, you're trans attracted. That's not even a thing. Now you're in here inventing lingo, fucking classifying people in the comments like, who gave you a degree, bitch? You're saying, how can we ask Black men to stop harming trans women when they're also harming us? Did you hear it? They are also harming us. So why are we acting like we're not on the same team? Cisgender women? Trans women? It's that simple. Y'all are not seeing that the reason that you're being this hateful is because of misogyny? We're grown women. If you can't think for yourself and figure out that, hey, this is transphobic, hey, misogyny is the reason why I'm doing this, or like, even if you don't put two and two together, maybe you just don't be a fucking horrible person. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm not gonna sit here and compete over male attention when Black women are dying. That's really so far-fetched to me. But y'all see it with Black women competing against each other, right? Like, Black women constantly putting each other down. It's like a even elevated experience when it comes to trans women, and how y'all put them down so hard. It's actually crazy. And like, not once did I see a trans woman ask y'all to ask men to stop hurting them. Nobody made that our responsibility. Nobody asked us to take responsibility to go and tell men to stop beating on trans women. They asked us to treat them with respect as our equal. Just like we are equal to men, and we are equal to white men, we equal to white women, and we're equal to Indian women and men, and we are all equals. No one is better than each other. But a lot of you in the comments clearly think that you are better than them because you were born in the right body. How does that make you better than somebody? It is so hard. It is so hard to unlearn all the misogyny, the colorism, the transphobia. The patriarchy is so hard to fight against, and I get that, but that doesn't mean you stop fighting, and that doesn't mean that you get a pass for being transphobic and hateful, especially when you know everything that's going on in the world against us. And I just think that it makes it even worse, which is why people are expecting more from Black women. When you're like, oh, why are Black women expected to be so much better than everyone else? Because we fucking are, and we know what it's like to be looked down on for no reason, for being born the way that we are. So keep that in mind when you're talking all this shit, stupid bitches. This sounds like blame the natural Black woman because you can't blame the Black man because you want them to accept y'all. 764 likes. If this was what this was about, then that's just what they would have fucking said. Why do y'all feel like they have to beat around the bush to get to some, oh, give me some dick? They're gonna get dick regardless. Black men are attracted to trans women. It is what it is. They just feel so horrible about themselves for being attracted to trans women because it's such a stigma that they have to hide it behind transphobia. So now y'all feel like it's easy for y'all to do that because Black men are doing it. It's accepted in the community, so you get to be transphobic too, because honestly, I think it's jealousy. I think it's hatred. I think a trans woman fucked y'all man and y'all just mad. They want Black men to accept them, but I'm pretty sure this is mostly about Black women and them wanting to belong and have a space in our community. And I think they deserve one. They know that they are not cisgender women. They don't want to be cisgender women. Honestly, I feel like I don't have to live their life to know how fucking hard that is, and to see what's going on in the world. It's easy for me to understand. It's easy for me to empathize as a Black woman, so why can't you? Black women are not the servants of the community. Asking Black women to respect trans women is not being a servant. And that's all I'm gonna say to that. Honestly, I'm tired. Just say y'all don't like Black women and go. Because at this point, y'all blame us for simply existing. Y'all not tired of playing a victim all the time? Because in this instance, you're not the victim. Black trans women are the victim. Y'all want to blame Black women for everything. Because y'all are to blame in this matter. Like, y'all are not at fault for everything in the community. By far, I think Black trans women know that this is a man thing. But as Black women, we owe it to Black trans women to be there for them. Because that's what Black women do. We are there for each other. Black women protect each other. Black women support and uplift each other. What we don't do is get online and spew hateful things and say, I'm okay with you wanting to be a girl just as long as you don't do that in my space. Because that's hateful. This is our space for everybody. It just really saddens me. It really does. Y'all love to say, I have gay friends and I have trans friends, and I really just don't see how. You're not a friend to those people. Like when the city girl said, I beat the shit out my son if he was gay. You hate gayness that much. But ain't you friends with Santana? Help me understand. Help me understand. And why fight so hard against everything? Like the little things in society that make trans women feel so good, like removing the feminine signs off of pads. Cis people are like angry. Why are you angry about something that you didn't even notice before? Oh, and one last dumbass thing. I'm so happy I didn't forget to address this. But Black women constantly being mad that they're referred to as cisgender women. That's what you are. That's what you are. Cis is just a prefix. It's literally like a adjective to describe that you were born a woman and identify as a woman till this day. Like, how is that offensive? It's like white people being offended that you call them white. That's what you are. Are you offended when people call you black? And y'all really be in the comments like, stop calling me cis. I'm not a cisgender woman. I'm a woman. I'm not a fruit. I'm a watermelon. You bitches are not dumb. Y'all are stupid. Might as well just say that. Like, I was watching this video and the girl was reacting to a video that a trans woman posted, and the trans woman was like, Black women perpetuate a lot of ignorance against the trans community. And the girl reacting to the video, she paused the video before she even said anything else. The girl literally got this one sentence out of her mouth, and the girl paused the video and was like, how do we perpetuate violence? How do we perpetuate ignorance? I'm like, bitch, you paused it before she explained it. What are you talking about? How? Let her fucking talk. Then you'll know how. You don't want to learn. You don't want to be a better person. You want to argue. You want to silence their voices. Who does that sound like? Who does that sound like? Black men, right? White men. Is it ringing any bells? I pray that my sisters come together to fight misogyny and the shackles that Black men have you in, where you feel like you have to distinguish that you're a real woman, that you're a biological woman. What does that gain you? The one thing it gains you. Say it out loud at the same time. It gains you preference in the Black community for Black men. The very thing that you're claiming that trans women want by speaking up about this ignorance. I am a biological woman, so I'm better than trans women. Come fuck me instead. Thank you. If you made it to the end of this video and you're a bigot, I would like to say thank you for watching this to the end, and hopefully you are no longer as bigoted as before. But if you're a trans woman, just know I support and love you, and good times and better times are coming. And if you're a cisgender woman just like me, just coming to see another cisgender woman's opinion, hopefully one that doesn't make you cry like all of the other cisgender woman opinions. I'm just here to show you that not everyone is like that. There are cisgender Black women who hear you, understand that, and I'm always going to be here to support you, and I love you. So